आप जैसे मेरे नाम का मतलब पहले से जानते हो कि भगवान का नाज, तो मैं ये नाज को असली में हासिल करना चाहती हूँ, अपने भारत को और अपनी फैमिली को रिप्रेजेंट करके और उनको नाज दिलवा के।
हरनाज, हम सभी को आपके ऊपर काफी नाज है और मुझे जरूर ये आशा है कि आप इस बार मिस यूनिवर्स का खिताब इंडिया वापस से जीत कर लाएंगी आफ्टर 21 years.
And the new Miss Universe is India.
Oh my god, India has just won the Miss Universe 2021 crown, and I'm so happy. I don't have words what to say, and for half an hour I just went crying. I mean, I can die in peace now. I remember I was 2 years old when Sushmita Sen and Aishwarya Rai won Miss World and Miss Universe respectively. And I used to think that will India ever reach to that position again? In 2017 when Manushi won, I was so overwhelmed, I was so excited and happy. And I knew somehow in my mind that India will gain back its position in pageantry pretty soon. And I did not know that it was going to happen this soon. So I'm completely touched. I'm really touched how Harnaaz has won the crown. Another fun fact that I interviewed both Manushi Chiller and Harnaaz Kaur Sandhu before their respective departures to their international pageants and before their win. I haven't interviewed any other Miss India or Miss Diva title holder before their pageant. I may have interviewed many other delegates after they have come from the pageant, but not before that. So somehow it was in my mind when I was interviewing Harnaaz, I was wearing the same outfit. I had this thing in my mind that maybe Harnaaz, this is the sign, maybe that she is going to win it. So when I talked to her and when I congratulated her, I remember saying that हरनाज मुझे यकीन है कि हर किसी को आपके ऊपर नाज होगा जब आप मिस यूनिवर्स जीतेंगी एंड दिस केम ट्रू टुडे आई एम सो एक्साइटेड nonetheless let's come back to the recap, the review of Miss Universe 2021 grand finale. The show was amazing. I loved Steve Harvey coming back as the host. He was amazing as usual because I really love his timing, his sense of humor. It's amazing. The contestants wore beautiful gowns. The gowns were amazing. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about each and every aspect. Who stood out in what round and who gave a better answer. What factors made India win. What factors did not make other people win. So let's get started. Also, in my final predictions, I predicted India to win the crown, and sometimes I become very skeptical whether to place India on number one or not because I myself come from India, and I've seen many of the comments. People just write that just because you are from India, you're placing India at number one. So this becomes a huge deal. You just cannot refrain from putting India on number one just because I belong from the country. So when I observed Harnaaz's performance in the prelims, I was pretty sure and convinced that she gave a performance which was worthy of being a winner. If you observe her styling and everything, from day one to the present day, she was killing it in all her appearances and looks. She's quite lively, spontaneous, and she has that star quality. So I was quite sure that yes, she's going to win it, and I did not regret it at all for putting India at number one, and I'm so glad that this prediction also turned out to be true. So I'm very happy for it. Now coming back to top 16 announcement, I was pretty surprised to see Great Britain in the prelims in the top 16. Japan somehow was in my radar. I had my eyes on her, but somehow I felt that the performance was not strong enough to guarantee her a place in top 16. But as we know, Miss Universe pageants like Miss Universe and Miss World, they never rely on the prelims performance alone. Like Miss World, they don't have the prelims, but the winner and the top 16 semi-finalist announcement, that does not depend on the prelims alone. How you perform in the closed door interview, how you're treating your fellow contestants, because there are secret chaperons everywhere. So how you're treating your fellow contestants, are you good to staff or not? Do you have that star quality? If you are given the chance to rule, to reign as the queen, will you be able to do justice to it? Can you adjust well in any given scenario? Are you flexible? All of these questions, they always come up whenever any organization is trying to crown a winner. So leaving all of that aside, many of the surprises were there, like Thailand did not make it, and Thailand was not there in my top 16 as well, but somehow she spoke very well, so people believe that she'll make it. I was pretty surprised to see Singapore also in the top 16. Panama was quite good, and she was there in my almost there list, so I did not know whether she'll make it or not. I was happy to see Venezuela because there were speculations that Venezuela might not make it. She looks quite different from how she looks in pictures, and in motion she does not look exactly the same. So somehow I was a little bit skeptical. I'm very proud and happy to share that I was able to predict about 11 semi-finalists correctly out of the top 16 which were announced tonight. Then we had United States of America, the Bahamas. I'm so happy that she not only made it to the semi-finals, but she made it to the top 10. And this is the first time in the history of the Miss Universe pageant that the Bahamas has made the first cut at Miss Universe. So this is a really wonderful thing, and I congratulate Chantal from the bottom of my heart. Now we had Aruba. Aruba was such a surprise. I mean, Aruba performed pretty well in the evening gown round in the prelims, but somehow I feel that she must have a backstory. She must have performed very well in the closed door interview, and that is why she made it. So it was time for the announcement of top 10, and Colombia and Philippines, along with the other contestants like India, Paraguay and South Africa, they made it to the top 10. Puerto Rico, I would say that when the gown round was happening, somehow I was not convinced with how she performed. The shoulder movements were a little bit awkward and over the top, and that is why I felt that she may not make it to the top 5. So it did not come as a surprise, you know. Although Puerto Rico performed pretty well in all the other pre-pageant activities, she had been consistent, but somehow in the evening gown round, I felt that she tried a little bit too hard, and that's why she couldn't advance further. My another shock was that USA was kept out from the top 5. The USA, I won't say that she came out in a very beautiful gown. The gown was quite average. The performance was decent. It was not great and exceptional, but somehow, you know, if you would have given the chance to USA to advance to top 5, I'm sure that she would have killed it in the question and answer round. So it came as a little bit surprise to me because I'm sure that she must have nailed the interview round. Now coming to India, she changed her gown. Although her prelims gown was beautiful, it was exceptional. The rose gold color looks so amazing on her. But this gown as well, you know, it is so beautiful, and I am so happy. If I'm not wrong, this gown was designed by Saisha Shinde, and if you have followed the designer enough, she has a beautiful backstory, how she identified herself as the real individual which she is right now. So let's not go there, but it's so inspiring to see even Saisha winning this title, you know, Miss Universe. It's a winning gown, and it's a huge deal. So I'm sure that it will open many doors of opportunities for Saisha Shinde as well. So that's a beautiful thing, and she clearly stood out in the evening gown round. When we talk about South Africa, her gown performance was a bit okay, but the aura she had, the personality she had, the projection she made with her appearance, that was remarkable. And maybe that's why she advanced further in top 5. At this moment, I believe that France, Colombia, India and Paraguay would make it to top 5. But to my surprise, you know, India, I was quite relieved that India was the first one to be called, you know, in the top 5. And I have observed this time and again, any country who makes the top 5 cut and is called for the first and is called in the first position in the first time, she ends up winning the crown. It happened with Iris Mittenaire, it happened with Pia Wurzbach, and this time it happened with Harnaaz Sandhu as well. So I was very happy to see that. South Africa again made it. Paraguay, I was not pretty impressed with her performance, but she is beautiful. You can't deny the fact that she has a face like goddess. So she made it. I was happy to see her. Her gown, the way it flows, it was so beautiful. The color of the gown was amazing. Colombia, I really liked seeing Colombia here. I think if you talk about my final predictions, you know, I could predict only 2 candidates out of top 5 correctly. But as long as my winner is winning, I'm okay with it. I am fine with it. I mean, I am more than okay. So yeah, let's talk about the question and answer round, the common question and answer round. India was beautiful. She was nice in the final question and question and answer round. You can clearly see how excited I am. And she was asked a question on climate change. I would say the content was okay, but the delivery was very powerful. The emotions were very strong and overwhelming. And that is why I feel that she made it further to top 3. If you talk about South Africa, many of the people were not convinced with what she spoke, but she delivered a very intelligent answer. She was very spontaneous, on point. Paraguay gave a very pageant-patty sort of answer, and to my surprise, I was a little bit surprised to see Paraguay making it to top 3. And in place of Paraguay, I believe that Colombia would make it. So Colombia gave a good concept. Delivery was not great, and maybe that's why Colombia could not advance to the top 3, because Paraguay was much more confident. And it's not only the answer which guarantee you the crown, but how you deliver the answer, how you speak, that also matters. So maybe that's why Colombia couldn't make it. Philippines gave a nice answer, but somehow she repeated the question, so her answer came across as a little bit redundant. But nonetheless, Beatrice performed so well, and she performed better than the expectation. And I was so happy to see 2 Asians in the top 5. Last year it was only 1 Asian, Adeline Castellino, and this time we had 2 Asians. So it's a beautiful thing to see 2 Asians standing in the top 5. Now, if I talk about the final look at the top 3 question, when the top 3 was announced, my heart was beating very, very fastly, because somehow I wanted India to make it to top 3, and I did not want India to be so close to the crown just to come this close and not win. So she looked like a winner. When you see the girl standing on the stage, there is a kind of aura which can help you identify that she is going to win it. And this happened with Pia Alonso-Wurzbach as well. When she took over the stage, we knew it that she's going to win. No matter how tall girls were there, no matter how beautiful gowns they were wearing. But Pia had that aura, and today Harnaaz also had the same aura. So I was very happy. And also this was a very common question which many of the people kept on talking about, that Miss Universe usually crowns the elder women, and I believe that Harnaaz is so young and yet they chose to crown her. It happened with Miss World as well. They usually crown the younger women, but then when Mexico won the crown, Mexico was quite old. So Vanessa Ponce de Leon, she was quite old when she won the Miss World title. Another interesting fact, India, Manushi Chiller, when she won Miss World crown, she crowned Mexico. And this time Mexico's Andrea Meza, she crowned Harnaaz. So that beautiful legacy is something which is wonderful and worth noting. So I was quite sure when the final word was happening, when the final question and answer round was happening, I was quite sure that India deserves to win. The power of the message was beautiful, and I was terrified at my heart. I believe that when she was asked a question on what advice you would like to give to the young women, she talked about the youth in general. She did not speak the word women, and that's why I was very scared that she could have used the word women. But I'm so happy that this finally turned out to be a dream come true when India was announced as the winner. When they called South Africa as the runner-up, I was sure that it's going to be India, because South Africa was the only threat, I would believe. And when Paraguay and India were holding hands, I expected there to be a lot of drama. But I'm so happy that Steve Harvey announced the winner right then and there. Another interesting fact, if you have watched Miss Grand International 2018, Meenakshi Chaudhary and Clara Sosa were holding hands, both Paraguay and India. And that time, India couldn't win. Paraguay won the crown, and this time, India has won the title. So this is so beautiful, So all in all, I love the show, and you can see it on my face how excited I get whenever there's a pageant season. I always get so emotional, so excited, and I don't know what I'm gonna do after 17th of December, after Miss World ends. So I'm gonna come up with more yearly reviews, my thoughts and tips on pageants. For now, thank you for watching. Tell me, how did you react when Harnaaz Sandhu won the title of Miss Universe 2021? I'll be waiting for your comments in the comment section. Until next time, I'll see you guys super soon, and we'll talk more about it. Bye bye.